Hello, Shell Point. We are out in front of the gatehouse at the island, and I've got some great folks with me today. Paul Yakovich, who is our Director of Facility Operations, Angela Eck, who's our Director of Security for Securitas, and Cassie Green, who, if you've come through the gatehouse in the morning, you see her smiling face and wave that she has for everyone, and so I know you know who she is. Well, Paul, how long has Securitas been here on the property?
Securitas has been on property since November of 2011. Prior to that, we had our own Shell Point employees that would man the gatehouses, and it was primarily access control. Primarily, they're opening and closing the gates. But as Shell Point grew and the security demands grew, we saw the need for a professional security, uniform security company on here. So we did our due diligence and looked at several companies, and Securitas came out far ahead of everybody.
Now, Angie, how many officers do we have on duty on a given day?
Currently, we have 24 officers.
24, and at one time?
At one time, we have approximately 5 officers, 4 or 5 officers, depending on the shift.
Okay, now how about at night? How many do we have at night?
At night, usually about 4.
All right, now tell me the duties. What's in a normal day of an officer? Obviously, we know the folks who man the gate. We know what they do. What about all your other officers? What are they doing? And maybe, what that folks don't see all the time.
Our primary response is patrol. We're out there, we're watching for things that just don't look right, people that may not belong, etc. But we spend a lot of time doing wellness calls, e-calls, morning assurance checks, parking complaints, motor vehicle accidents. We do investigations for thefts. We actually have a wide scope of practice here.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of responsibilities. Now I know, as in any community with any law enforcement or security group, no one can be everywhere all the time. And so I know being the eyes and ears of the community is everyone's job. How can residents help the security operation? How can they help them do your job?
Okay, I'm sure everybody's heard the see something, say something. We need you to say something immediately, though, so that we can get ahead of the game and we can help whatever is going on, whether it's an emergency situation or it's a suspicious character. We need to know. So by doing that, you want to call 2190. They will dispatch the proper people to the scene and we will take it from there.
Okay, so you mentioned calling the call center. So that's the easiest way, call 2190. So I know the call center and security work hand in hand. How does that work, Paul?
Again, another 24/7 function is the call center. The call center works very closely not only with security, but also their interface with the Lee County Sheriff's Office. More often than not, residents will call the call center with a medical issue. Somebody could have fallen or whatever, and they will discern right in the call center whether they should call 911 or not. But either way, when they call 2190 and they need to respond, we'll get a security officer, and if it's a medical issue, we'll get our on-call nurse there as well. So again, it's a 24/7 function. We have all the gatehouses are monitored and currently under surveillance, video surveillance. We even have on the east side of the property along the Davis Road golf course side, we have infrared cameras that can notice motion during the evening.
Even at night?
Yeah, that's correct.
All right. So speaking of out there by the golf course, say someone at Eagles Preserve is up in the night, they see somebody out in the golf course that obviously doesn't belong there, fooling around, they would call 2190.
Correct. Our responses can be very quickly because from 11 o'clock at night to 4 in the morning, we have a designated security vehicle roving the Eagles Preserve, Estuary, Woodlands area, primarily because it's somewhat isolated out there as opposed to the island. So the response time is very good. Shell Point is a unique and challenging site for Securitas because this is a gated community, it's not a closed community. And by that I mean that it's gated, that everyone entering Shell Point has to come through the gate. But we are open to the general public for our dining venues, our whatever kind of events we have, people coming and going, visiting. So it's really, really important that they have, and they must present a pictured ID, to gain access to it. One of the issues, one of the struggles that Securitas has in the front gate is when residents are expecting a guest and they do not call down and say, my cousin John Smith is coming to see me today, and John Smith arrives at the gate and we don't know who he is, where he's going, and they're not going to let him in. Okay. No, and that's the bottom line.
So give him a call. Huh?
Yeah, give him a call, and so they'll have him on file and they'll let him in right away.
Very good. Okay, so Angie, one more time. When something might happen on a property and a resident sees it, they might get a little excited about what's going on. They don't have to worry about looking up your phone number, do they?
No, they do not. What we want you to do is call 2190. That way the correct people can be dispatched for a certain situation.
Okay, because you're talking to each other all the time. This is a very close relationship between the call center and all of your staff.
Extremely. We work very well together.
So Cassie, I want to talk to you for a second.
Okay.
How long have you been here at Shell Point?
Actually, I've been here about 4 months now, to be honest with you.
Okay.
First appearances mean a lot to me, guys, and that's why you see my smiling and my waving and everything so much, is because we get these guys, you know, they're confused. They've made the wrong turn. They don't know where they're going, you know. So once they get back here to the gatehouse, it's me that they're seeing. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm lost. You're not lost. Calm down. I can help you find where you need to be, and kind of mellow them out a little bit before they get, you know, started with their day. The same thing with the employees, you know. Guys might have had a stressful night, or something's going on, or you know, you just never know. I'm just here to, you know, guys, it's not that bad. Have a good day, you know. So, you know, that's my thing.
Well, we appreciate having you here, and your lovely smile and wave is just a wonderful day to start every day.
Thanks, Darren. Thank you.
Really proud of the staff we have here. For instance, Angie, our security manager, she is a trained EMS, trained firefighter, and she works with the Emergency Response Center in Cape Coral. And to bring that a little bit further as far as the quality of staff we have here, we're very proud to announce that Cassie has been named Securitas Security Officer of the Quarter here at Shell Point. It's an incentive program that they just begun, and anyone who has come through the island gate, they have the second sunrise with Cassie's smile every morning.
Caring, serving, and satisfying. It's personified in Cassie's smile and her wave every morning.
Exactly.
I know when I come to work in the morning and she gives me her smile and her wave, I thought, you know, it feels good to come to work. Well, Shell Point, we just want you to know that Angie and her team are on the job 24/7, watching over Shell Point, watching out for you. They're here to make sure that you're safe and happy, and we just want them to know that we appreciate all that you do for the community. So next time you see Cassie waving and smiling at you, give her a wave and a smile right back.